had Kamka run up on him. So there wasn't just pressure from the front, it was pressure from the back as well. And we're getting a plane which is... It's a little bit better. We're getting nicer playing here.
A little Eastern, but for the most part, we'll fit everyone. Erangel will jump out early on. 64 players on the server. Love to see it. And well, for the most part, it shouldn't be too much of trouble for anyone really making their way to where they want to go. I would expect to see, well, yeah, everyone going their designated players. Besiktas might change up things a little bit, but because I don't see them jumping just yet. But I would not be surprised to see them still go west. But no, of course, they go Stalbo-Kameshki. That's their second route. Gatka, Western Split, and Stalbo-Kameshki. So, nothing new under the sun in regards to where people jump, at least. But, of course, 30 seconds can change up a whole lot for all these players.
Erangel are going to be happy. They've got the full team, and also no one has just sat in the plane to the end and laid down and gone, okay, I'm going to have to fight all the way.
Double positive.
And that was the thing, right? It was so rough to them.
Yeah.
You're already down to 3 players straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And then Snoopy was like, I'm in military, boys.
Not the way you want to start things off, that's for sure. Ness, Balos, and Seacork, 4 guys make that in one vehicle. Sprinting, some more trying to get away because Jumbo is already shooting down towards them. Cass is inside a house with a potential chance to get himself a building. But Circle, Besiktas, you just had yourself a top 3 position, and now you get a chance to do it again.
And considering, right, that there are no teams over towards the west, you're going to obviously get the teams that then rotate into their usual positions in Georgia Pole, Zaki, and South Georgia Pole. Will any of them change up where they want to go? Are they going to say, actually, let's maybe just loot where we are and back away?
I would not expect any changes coming in. I think they're going to keep doing what they've done until this point, but this is going to be interesting. Maxisol, Astra in there saying, you know what, why would we drive all the way over to Sargi? We just got vehicles, we're not being shot at, let's just stick around because we're inside the circle.
They have changed it up. There you go. That's the thing with Erangel.
Yeah.
Erangel will be that team that change things up and they will play the difference, even if it doesn't, like, it wouldn't make normal sense to us, right, when we're looking at it.
See, sucked the name on our screen right here. Important win coming in from them just there. Still many more points for them to be needed if they want to get into that top 5 position. But they sure made it a little more realistic off of that win right there.
Now, it's this south side of the circle that's going to be very interesting, right? You've got Reciprocity who are in it already. Then will make their way through. But because of where the river is, the split's going to be very awkward.
Yeah.
Because you know 3D Max and Seacork, they're going to have Georgia Pole completely under control. So if you rotate that way, be prepared to fight. On this southwestern side, you've got Stellar, Reciprocity right on the edge of the circle. They don't need to go anywhere. We need a home. They can't push up into their spot. So it's more this northern space, which Erangel has opted for, which could be the more beneficial spot.
One thing that's interesting with this circle going northeast is Reciprocity has had some really good games up here, especially up on Stalper. They had themselves that win up there, right? Other teams, they must think, how did they rotate, especially for Unity? I know they're all the way down in Novo, so they won't be able to contest them right now.
Yeah.
But how will they rotate? Where will they position themselves? And do they want to be the ones to take them down early, or do they not want to? Because they found themselves on top of each other previously in the last game. And was that on purpose for Unity to say, we know this is where they like to split, let's take them out early on, because they are our only threat right now, keeping us from potentially getting that first place spot?
Time will tell. And Unity, they don't want to engage in a fight like that again, right? It did not work out for them. They are a team playing smart on when they engage, smart on when they disengage team. And that time around, they just bit off a little bit more than they could chew.
Yeah, I mean, they're both them and Reciprocity. That's why it's so ironic, because both Unity and Reciprocity, what has given them all these points is their ability to not fight before, like, Circle 4 or 5. And there they just, well, unfortunately, they ran into each other. They had the same idea, but of course that makes sense too, because what one team has done in one day, the other has in the other. And now, well, they're doing the same thing at the same time, so kind of makes sense that they're stumbling to each other every now and again. Stella? Well, they need to get things going their way. Haven't had the best performances throughout the finals here. They narrowly made it into the finals. And of course, off of just that, they sure as hell want to get into that top 8 either way. Reciprocity now making their rotation on out. Skoom is going to run over, get himself a vehicle there as well. Not a whole lot more to it than that, so they will start rotating pretty early. The circle has not even entered the map yet, just started closing in, and they'll have plenty of time to figure out where they want to go and play it slowly, scout forward, make those rotations wisely, and do not lose any players early on.
They might try gatekeep a lot of the teams in the south. They know how many are down here. That would be very interesting.
actually see Exetti stop down here. Reciprocity sitting up shop down here, and you see Desperado now making their way up towards him. Talsera, Calvin driving right by him, and Exetti, does he want to go out and shoot? Or does he not, considering the fact that he's all by himself?
Got the information to pass off at least.
Playing it safe for now. I was gonna say, but Shiv actually jumps out and starts spraying himself, called a Menta, immediately taken down. And there's just nothing you can do in Desperado's situation. Half of them already passed on by, and well, unfortunately, not a whole lot more to it than that.
And that's Reciprocity saying, all right, we had a rough game. Straight away, we're going to get the first kill, and we're going to be confident enough to jump out and take the fight to them.
Actually, kind of interesting that they opt to go this far south. We've seen them go further north previously, but they say, you know what? We were predicted last time around in that rotation. This time, let's go down south, see if we can hold some players off, and they do manage to get themselves a point off of it. And it could be that 1 point that's going to be the difference maker for them, right? So, wise for them to try and get some points where they don't really have any risk in doing it.
Already we're seeing 7 make their way up. Unique yet to push out. They don't need to just yet. Zen's also joined this south side. So a lot of them, right, are going to avoid that Yasnaya kind of play around. And so many teams have grouped up towards this northeast area. It's a big gamble already, but they're just fighting for them control and space of the whole area. Because for teams like Quickmath, Seagorg, Avangar, they've had it to work with from the very start. They've had full control of the north area.
The loot being spread out here, just figuring out who needs what, who wants what, coming into those first engagements. Smart to do before you start fighting. Pretty wisely done, and pretty much everyone has made their way up towards the circle at this point. It's all Seagull here on your screen. They're going far, far north. No reason for them not to. They know they'll have the room to work around, but Desperado once again taking casualties early on.
Luckily, Tozera tries to give some cover fire. Does actually force Kravik back, but he is going to be finished off regardless. So Desperado's going down 2 players just on rotations, and they didn't really get any ground with it.
That is a tough loss this early on in the game, and they'll have to play just 2 guys up for the remainder. Calvin was landing some very, very impressive shots in the previous game, and hopefully he'll be able to do it again, because there is still a lot of players to be killed before we get down to that top 8 spot.
You saw Tozera, right? He was frantically firing back because he's saying, okay, we need to do something to put a reply on. We cannot be pushed out here.
Not at all. Everybody knows that they're down players. They've sold them to go down in the kill feed, and if they realize what compound they're in, well, there's no reason for them not to start pushing it.
Northern Lights actually going to get quite close to Unique here early on. All pushing just outside the circle, so they've got the room and space to do it with, but it's going to be okay. So you guys go at this time as well. Unity have made their way across. Reciprocity is still gatekeeping the south.
Yeah, they've stuck around here for a long, long time, probably figuring we don't want to go in anywhere near this. And look at who's going up towards them. That's Unity. Once again, despite them not wanting to do anything, they actually go down, and this could be on purpose. This could be Reciprocity saying, we know Unity rotate out late, we want to cut them off. Actually a smart play. They know they come out of nowhere with this circle. They know this is where they're going to be coming from. And already 1 guy down. Reciprocity. They're taking it straight to them, but they're taking casualties in return.
This is good though. Rafi's been able to make sure that they can keep Hacksteady still alive. He's just keeping himself up. Blaston's taking a ton of damage, and this could be 2 players early on going out for the team of Unity. Less than ideal for them, and Reciprocity is saying, we want that first place, boys, and you ain't getting anywhere close to it.
This is greedy, and I love it. They know that they're gonna rotate out late because there's a Milta and a farm split team, and they said, you know what? They're always coming up this way, and they never go out through Milta. Let's just sit here, wait for them. We need to be put this as much in our favor as we possibly can. They always come here to scout further forward. They did it, and it worked out perfectly. Huge kudos, and well prepared yourself right there, Reciprocity.
For me, it's thinking of this as like you would normally play a big play, right, and flop it out on the table. This is what Reciprocity are doing with their guns. They're coming in and saying, all right, we're having this. This is ours. Yes, this is rough rotation with that circle going far north, far northwest of all things as well. There is limited space.
There's very little. There are only a couple of compounds remaining that hasn't been taken already, and it's going to be really hard for all these teams to make their way up. But then again, I mean, they are coming into it with an advantage over Unity, and they're saying there's only 1 team to deal with for us. We need to take 1 team down, and we need to make something for ourselves. We cannot win if Unity keeps having games that are equal or better to ours. And Dastish now down as well. Reciprocity doing everything they have to trying to get themselves into the top 1 spot.
Kills. Reciprocity wanted all. Rita manages to knock herself with the car. Less than ideal. Not what we need a home need, who certainly aren't just up there and safe yet, right? They've got a lot of work to do. She is being left alone. Her teammates could come to save it, but Sigsy, he's back on it against 3D Max, and some of 3D Max haven't even got themselves within the circle just yet, and they've got Northern Lights behind them.
You don't see this on your screen right now, but Shiv is chasing Blaston. He's chasing him with a vehicle. He knows it's him. He wants to chase him. Now he's driving away because Blaston is shooting, but they're all turning around. The entirety of Reciprocity is pulling a 180 to go out of the circle. They know where Blaston is, and they want to get him down.
Oh, they shot his car.
And they just shot his vehicle, too. Reciprocity. This is next level. We want to get the first place spot, but also it's respect for Unity, because they know if we don't do it ourselves, we cannot control what's going to happen to them. The entirety of them he makes himself to deny the kill point. He denies the kill point by nading himself.
You even heard it then as well. Reciprocity were firing off their horns. That was ultimate. We are the team. We are taking first place. We are the best. No matter what you can do.
And what's amazing about this too, I know there's other things that are happening right now on your screens, but what's amazing about this too is the fact that they're getting that so easily as well. Krabik now trying to push up. They're on a lot of fire. Last player remaining. Besiktas haven't waken up here. Ultra did get run over by Lux. Let's ignore that. But meanwhile, it's the 3 remaining players on the feed. 2 remaining players actually off of that, trying to get down Krabik.
Yeah, Krabik's got a rough ride ahead of him. Zukten Nam, our previous winners, already started off against Tornado. It's the big boys who are close to each other, right, in terms of points and stuff, going head-to-head with each other at this moment. We've seen already Reciprocity have taken down Unity, 16th place. Wow. They just ruined their chances completely. And now Zen is saying, all right, we're going to keep you out of this top 8, Tornado. You can stay down there as well.
And for this, I mean, for Unity, coming into the final 2 games, they cannot feel safe on any rotations at all. There's no way they can go into the final 2 games expecting to be allowed to go anywhere, because they will fear for like if they know we always go here in this circle, what's going to happen in the next ones, right? That is so smart and yet so scary of a play to pull off from Reciprocity, but it worked to perfection.
Number 6 is looking to keep on what they managed to achieve in the opening game, which was some good kills, some good positions, some overall good placements as well. If they can keep it up, they believe they've got a good chance of it as well. Reciprocity do need to be careful as they drive past Unique, who are taking some of the shots onto him. Hack said he's gone down. And okay, it's in the circle, but is he out in the open enough that he can be picked off by standing here?
They want to get them down too. They know they're coming in late, and they want to get the better of them. Hack City probably won't be able to get rest off of this. And, well, Reciprocity, they will have to live with the fact that they took out their competition. They have themselves 4 points of kills already, and that's going to be at least more than Unity got this game.
Hack said he goes down to stand in, so yes, that will be 1 player down. And Unique, they are gatekeeping for now, but they will have to move in themselves. They've got a good 2-2 split going on here, and they've dealt with Desperados, 3D Max, and now Reciprocity in some way.
Rain is trying to get himself some damage done as well. Won't happen. Circle. They shift out east up towards Stalber. And well, this is Reciprocity's game to get as many points as they possibly can to narrow that lead.
No, Erangel. Been quiet in terms of kills. Not seen much from them, but they're in a great spot still. This is going to benefit them massively. They've not really had to move from this position the entire game.
That's everyone trying to get in on those rotation damages being done. Scoom trying to hold off the angle. Perfected stick that in his comp, but not a whole lot more to it than that, at least not for now. Ultra, though, has to be with the entirety of Stella, and 1 goes down immediately.
Good start. Maybe we'll be able to get the kill as well without even chance of a refrag from Stella. They just didn't have the position here, but are they going to pop over? A few shots get shot away by Jambaway. Sigsy's there on the side as well. Kaz gets hit up by Ultra. This is looking really good for Besiktas, and they've got nades thrown and ready in their hands. Is it going to come out in time? A little bit of damage being done, but is it going to be enough? Ultra's being hit to half health, and he's still looking forward with the rest of his team. Good teamwork, and they are just going on the hunt for it. Stella, this is not going to work out.
This is the Besiktas we've seen before, working as a unit, doing everything they can. 60 down now as well, and the issue here being Mallman is far up north off of your minimap, even further north, and he's nowhere near his teammates. He was looting up a compound, I believe, trying to get the last few things before they get into the final circles, and well, he probably wished that he was there to help out his team. Unfortunate time to split off there as Besiktas just came in hot and took them all down.
Unique being fired up from the team of Erangel. They are looking for these extra kills to come in. Moleman's just going to back away, and he's just going to have to wait it out now. He's all alone. and he's just going to hope he can stay alive for some points, potentially. And that's the best thing you can really dream of.
I still can't get over this play from Reciprocity. We talked about them going down south, but I had not figured they were going down to hold off Unity. Such a smart call being made by Scoom right there.
And Reciprocity is still making kills, they're still making pushes up. Gonna have to deal with Unique from just a little bit above them towards the north, but they've also got Avangar as the next team up. So a true mountain to climb in every sense of the word.
Once again, we're getting the king of the hill situation. 2 games in a row. They really want to emphasis on this being the finals. There aren't a whole lot more mountains remaining on the map, though, so only 2 available, at least for now. We could go to the observatory and military next game. We'll have to wait and see. All the mountains we're getting in the final game here today. New circle's gonna pop. Where we headed? We're, of course, going further up towards Stalba.
Now, this has benefited inside games. Tornado, We Need a Home, Avangar to a degree, and Zukten Nam.
The Nam, yeah, exactly. They're sitting up there. But look at the amount of teams having to push up from the east. It was west. I mean, it was an eastern shift, and for Shift, Scoom, and Raffi, they're making a far southern rotation. This could really come to pay off for Reciprocity.
Nice little headshot coming out there from Jupesig, but it's only just going to keep him at bay. It's not really be something you can work with for too much longer.
This is going to be tricky with 3D Max now as well, right? Because you see, you have the entirety of Avangar sitting above them. Mallman, last player remaining, but he's going to get some points for Stella. Taking out Miyachi, but there are more players coming in. He spots him as well. Damage being done. Okay, bro, taking shots from multiple angles now.
Really nice from Mallman. And this is a rough spot to try and hold.
Yeah.
Waits for the nade to go down. Actually going to take an aggressive push outside and say, all right, I'm going to try taking it to you. Gets through the door, doesn't want to fight with that, but the deep ready and waiting from up high. OK, Bray moves his way out of the house, and now they can just pin him down.
Great positioning from the guys uphill. Full-on control on what's going down, and they have one guy down on the field trying to hold him off. They're outside the circle, though. They're playing for dead ground, and they need to get going because the circle is already moving further in.
Nicely done. Spray's coming in. Zen again. Just going to keep him away. Could that nade reach? It's a deep one. Oh,
just a bit
very close.
We have seen Aggie with some insane nades thrown, but now he's up against Simsi with an arm, and that could be the difference maker for him. Nades, though, coming in. Oh, again, a bit too short. Got to put some more mustard on that arm there.
Happy though, Reciprocity, they are up on the scoreboards once again. They're going to find Unique, and they are going to take this battle as they've rotated back around and actually come up ahead of them.
Every single point Reciprocity can get here could be the difference maker and them on the overall standings. Yubikai knows he's on that drop right there, but damage is being done once again. Standing, Drain is both down, and Raffi is trying to get back up towards his teammates.
And Raffi's doing this solo at the moment. Where's the rest of the Reciprocity to help him out here?
Sitting a little further up the hill that they're trying to do the damage. Scoom gets the knock and play with me as well, and that should be the last remaining player in the area, at least for Unique, to really be able to do something off of this. Deep now trying to do damage in return on towards Ival, gets him down to low HP, and Page down to half as well.
Oh, this is absolutely huge. Reciprocity trying to hold on. Raffi up close and personal will get knocked, but what can Yubica do from here? He's very low on health, so there's more nades coming out his way. Shiv's barreling him out as well. And Reciprocity, there's only 3 of them alive. Raffi needs to stay up, but no one can seem to find Yubica yet.
Reciprocity just changing up so much coming into today. Raffi down he goes, Reciprocity down to just 2 players. Scoom is low on HP, but they want these extra points, and they're gonna commit to it. At least it seems that way. Once again, Northern Lights and Sukdinam, they've been squaring up for a long time, and look at Shift slowly making his way around the side, but 3D Max, they could come into third party on this one.
And that's the problem, right? As soon as 3D Max starts to engage, it's going to be very, very difficult as Reciprocity destroy Team Unique. That's going to be a total of 8 kills now for them, on top of any placement points they might be able to get. As more nades are coming out here, and it's Perfectix who's going to find himself Page. Can he get the kill as well? That's exactly what happens. And Desperado's on to Quick Math, so the scoreboards now, as we get tighter, it's all these close-range fights kicking off on the fight for Stalba.
There's only so much room on this mountain, and eventually they will all run into each other. Scoom goes down now, though. Shift, he's miles out in the open. 3D Max hit Rick. If you go up and peek, you're gonna see him. He's gonna be wide out there. But in either way, they get 8 points off of this game no matter what. Unity gets 0. That's a lot of points to catch up on, and you're all deserving of them.
They're the next team to get eliminated. Moleman finally couldn't battle back anymore.
Circle only continuing to do what we expected it to. Proper King of the Hill once more. Up on Stalba we go.
Avangar still up with 4 players left alive. They've taken a lot of shots. They've not really had a massive amount of engagements, though, to really try and fire him.
He's just trying to buy time. They know there's one more player. They only got a knock on it, and he has to be somewhere around because they saw multiple people, heard multiple people shoot just before, and they're jumping around looking for him.
Rival's the next one to go down, and Zukten Nam, the previous winners, the winners of the first game, they will be taken out. And Shiv finds himself an extra one and goes in for the kill. It's Wagger who's going to be lit up, and now Avangard, they're also shooting onto Shiv, and he's got only a rock to hide behind.
Where's that toe? Where's that foot? We want to get an angle on it. We want to spot you. Shiv is low. He's managed to get up some meds, but now he's taking fire once more. This is not going to be him surviving for very long.
Asbrin's like, come on, just get out of here. I know what's going on, dude.
Let me cut your toenails for you, shall I? 1 HP. Let's get the first aid off once again, buying himself as much time as he possibly can. But there's still 4 more teams to eliminate before we get into placement points, and it would be unlikely to see that happen. But then again, 3D Max and Aspirin and Erangel, they could square this one off against each other and somehow allow for Shiv to get out of it alive.
If Shiv can get out of this alive, my God, that would be interesting. That's heavy mistakes being made by both 3D Max and Anuctive. He's already running away. They finally start to spot him, and he will go down 12th place, but a total of 9 kills, which is very acceptable.
That is a very good performance. If they can get 9 points every game coming into now and also keep off Unity, that is going to be them taking home the first place, that's for sure. Very, very interesting and surprising way they started off this game, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do next game should they turn into first place.
And also for Unity. It's going to be in the back of your mind to be very scared. Long range, once again, they're getting on top of it. 3D Max get eliminated, and it's Avangard to be the people that do it.
Avangard, they need a good game here. Unity, 0 points. Sure, they Reciprocity got 8, but if they can get themselves a top placement, there's so many points to be caught up, and they need to start fragging now. You see them moving around the side as well. Seagork taking damage once again. Besiktas, they're getting active. 8 kills already in this game. Make that 9 or 10 potentially. Could they find the last player?
Besiktas know that they can come back into this. Furax trying to spray him down, finds himself 1. Is he going to get anything else for it? He's got 24 health, waiting to see where they're poking up, but it's going to be Lux, Tomil, Ultra, Simsy, all getting a bit of piece each, and that's 5 more kills. But Inside Games now sees what's happening, wants to finish them all off. Ultra prone and ready, tries to spray it out, but he can only just hold on for a little bit longer. It's going to be them spraying across the board, and also Avangard found by Desperado. Tozero on his own, but he will get eliminated by Maxidor.
Once again for Avangard, the sneaky snakes are the ones that ruin it for you. Avanactive did go down, still 2 players remaining. They want Avangard, they want more kills off of this. Got themselves 4 already, but Poladaruk, and we need a home. They're chiming in on this one. 3rd and 4th place teams trying to fight off one another.
It's these desperations to get a few final kills, right? They want to go in for the finishes, but Rita Lel, she's right on the other side. She is looking for it. Is she going to try and defend her teammates? Is she going to try and keep Lipsin up?
The tension, the chaos, everything going on. And this is like playing the very final game. Everybody knows what's on the line. And Avangard, they're doing everything they can to not only stay put, but get as many points as they possibly can. And can they take down this team that's just behind them? That will be a huge, huge, huge deficit for them to be able to set.
Snoopy just looking around. He knows he spotted out Rita before. She's started to move away, though. Lipson's the one that just died. 6 teams remain, and still 3 players alive for Avangard, despite all of those engagements.
Considering the chaos, we're in Circle 6, and we have only 13 players alive. That just goes to show everybody's been fighting throughout this game. I think we're up to 3 teams with double-digit kills once again as well. And for Comfort and for Tornado Energy, they've been chilling up here for a while. They lost Millman real early on, but they've been fortunate to sit on the quiet side of this circle. And Comfort start making up for lost games maybe with a, well, rather solid headshot right there.
Yeah, looking to put an end to him. Besiktas, by the way, somehow survived. Despite that push coming in from Inside Games, only Sunday remains.
Not only survived it, but they did it with all 4 players up once again. Did they? No.
3.
Sorry, I couldn't see them on the minimap. They're sitting on top of each other. Not exactly making it any easier.
No, it's not. That was not hard. That was not easy to see whatsoever. That's an acceptable mistake to make.
Oh, thank you. Rita? She has a lot of points to get here as well, and she knows Avangard is still up. That is a team for her to beat and surpass, at least in the placements here now. She probably won't go for a lot of kills, but she is the wise in-game leader of We Need a Home, and she will do everything she can to stay alive for as long as possible.
And they just hide in there, but he's just aware that he's still somewhere.
Yeah. There is 1 player remaining. He ran this direction. There are only so many places you can sit on that shoulder. It's just a bit too wide out in vision. 15 for Besiktas. They went double digits last game as well. They have turned on the boosters here in the final 4 games.
And on the boosters and some. I think they've got some NOS in there as well. These guys, they are ready. And the thing is, that's what we saw from Besiktas in the groups as well. Get a good game out of them, and then they just come alive. And it's like the just mad confidence that comes off the back of it.
And imagine had they been able to pull this off from the very get-go. I mean, that would have been absolutely insane to see. Fortunately, now they do have games to make up for it, but they are far down off of the sort of performance they've pulled up in the first couple of games. They need to really, really keep this going if they want to get in the top.
It's just crazy because it's like a switch is triggered once they start getting a few kills and a good game on their hands.
It's the Miramar games on Erangel. I'm telling you, these mountains, man, there's something to them. There's something to them. Allow for Besiktas to play as a unit, move around close to one another. It's once you split it out, you spread it too thin, it gets tricky. But once they get to move around together as a team, they just excel and surpass so many other teams in doing that.
And they even had to push up the mountain, right?
Exactly.
It wasn't coming from a position where it's massively benefited them from the start. They've had to come into this and fight their way through it. Hence the crazy amount of kills they've got.
In all fairness, they did land up here, but then they went down,
Yeah.
and then they went back up again. So, I mean, for them to be able to hold it up, and look at their split right now. They're trying to hold all the angles they can, get as much info as possible, and only shoot once that kill is going to be guaranteed. And this is why it's so calm, right? We lost so many players earlier in the game, and that's why you have all of a sudden too much room for all these players to be in. Not only, also it's in StarLadder, so in the ruins, it's like a city, you know? There's so many small areas you can hide yourself in, so this could be quiet for at least a minute or two more.
Erangel just taking a few challenging shots towards Tornado. They're thinking, all right, let's just make sure we know where they're still playing from. We've got a good idea of this. We've got a bit more of a rough spot. We've only got the rocks really to hide behind. Everyone else has got themselves inside of StarLadder, but you don't know where the next circle's going to go. So let's wait it out and see what we can do. Let's see if we can force any teams to move and keep an eye on them all.
Look at the points right here. It's live update, and off of that performance by Reciprocity, 2 points over Unity. This is going to be so interesting.
Simsy's been knocked by Maxes, although he has been found, and they're going to look to finish him off. Simsy's trying to move out the way, but he's just completely pinned down. Maxes will even deliver some more damage there.
Get the points as well, Erangel. We need a home. 1 point from each other. This is so incredibly close. Rita spots one, but a lot of blue is tanking her down. It's not the beneficial situation she's in. Gets down low HP and taken out as well.
That forces Erangel to be the ones that can take the lead here and hold on to that third place between that little battle going on.
Exactly.
4 teams remain. Erangel and Tornado are the ones in charge, at least in numbers, but Erangel is the one where most teams are focusing them.
They're out there. The thing for them being, though, this is the final push coming in. So they know the next circle is going to stop right down there in the middle, and that's going to force all these teams, Besiktas, Northern Knights, and Team Tornado Energy, out of the safety of these broken walls in the ruins area.
Oh, Azvarin just spotted the head of Tomil. Takes one shot, can't make it connect. Tomil needs to be ever so careful here.
Does have the arm, though, and if there's one to land those shots, that would be him. He's a great, great fragger, and now he has a chance to do something with it right here. This is the issue of this area, right? It's like ruins, it's like a city. You just cannot push through it quickly, so you got to move that much earlier because there could be people hiding around every single little rock, and there are, in this case. They're all over the place in there.
And just one player prone where you least expect it, where you don't check it, that could be lights out, game over for you.
Could completely ruin it, so they're playing it so slow. They know how many points they have, and they want to get those placements with it too. You see, they still have a way to go up this leaderboard if they want to get in, but everyone's doing the same thing, just want to play it smart, want to play it calculated, and want to get themselves that win.
And if you're a player watching this, right, just focus on some of the movement these players are doing in these positions, because this is how it should be played out, right? Never stand still, because you never know where the player could be coming from. You know the pushes are going to be coming very soon. Try and do it smart. The nade comes out on X team. He takes a bit of damage, but not enough to completely take him down. He's going to have 70 health remaining to try and fight this with, but he still needs to be ever so careful.
Yeah, they know Northern Knights are coming in from this area, and they want to contain them. They want to keep them out without being visible to other teams. They know they have Erangel down the hill. They know they have Besiktas somewhere out on the western side. And as long as they can keep them, like sort of stay in a position where they aren't visible to them, they can safely do the peaks over towards Northern Knights. New circle, though, we talked about, it's going to go dead center out in the open. And all these teams, of course, are fully aware.
Azvarin's just looking to keep Compot Trash at bay.
Before the storm, Azvarin, Erangel, they're just going to be hoping to get some free kills while everyone is fighting their way out of ruins here.
Question if it's going to be the calm before the tornado, or will it go to someone else's favor? Tomil starting off. Bit of damage done towards him. Perfectix isn't willing to fight it from here. Lux able to get it done as well, though, and beautiful from him. They flush Northern Lights out without them really doing anything here. X-Team taking a lot of damage from Asverin. He's got the nades in his hand. He's looking to try and get a knock here and try and potentially get the pressure put onto Tornado, as they're in a great position, and that is a beauty. Asverin getting it done. Avangard coming into it, and also Besiktas challenging at the same time. This is a rough ride for Tornado.
They gotta play it so smart, and this is what Erangel wants. Force these two teams to fight each other, and then we can sit on the side and third party while they're trying to make their way out. Everyone is having to come to them, and they want to do all they can to take them down before they get a chance to shoot back at them.
The nade's not allowing anyone to move around here. X-Team's just hoping he can just sit around and maybe give some information and not get picked off. Combat Trash onto Camille. Gonna try and make it work here and now put it onto Lux. Lux goes down at Asverin's hands though, and that's one apiece. Now we've got 2 teams remaining. 3 players up for Avangard versus 2 of Tornado. Kamka, Combat Trash, they've got to be able to play this well. They're avoiding the nades for now. But Avangard, look at their positions, hiding over these rocks at the moment. They're just peeking up and down every now and again. As soon as Tornado make one move, they're going to be ready for it. That's the first one going down. Kamka does manage to get the tag on, but there's no frags just yet.
Erangel knows they have to leave the cover of this at some point real soon. That nade could be on the money. Oh, just bounces off the wrong side. So fortunate, but does take them both down low.
More coming.
Erangel cannot lose a player at this point.
Look at the molly. The molly's keeping him at bay as well. This is huge. Great utility usage coming out from Avangard. And Kamka knows he has to push into the open. They cannot hide for much longer. He's so prone. He's so confused. He doesn't know where to go. Doesn't know where to turn. He needs a little bit of cover. And Avangard is just delivering it. Maxisor finds himself one. It's all up to X-Team to try and make the rest of this happen. He's hiding behind it. Comp and Trash drops down, and he's just ready in the waiting. Avangard get the win. Brilliant.